A bullet that pierced a sailor's heart becomes a love story that lasts a lifetime. A 9-year-old girl finally reunites with a stranger who comforted her through tragedy 35 years later. And a group of 4-legged heroes is helping wounded soldiers heal in ways medicine can't. It's Friday, October 10th, and this is the Feel Good Flyover. Hi, I'm Amy Hess, and welcome to the Feel Good Flyover. This time of year always makes me slow down a little. Maybe it's the cooler mornings or the shorter days, but it's a good reminder to notice the blessings are easy to miss when life gets busy. A little gratitude can change your whole outlook, and that's what we're here for, to share the good. Let's get right to it and get ready for takeoff. For most people, a bullet to the heart means certain death, but for one World War II sailor and his nurse, it became the beginning of an enduring love story. During the attack on Pearl Harbor, Fire Controlman Dean Darrow was serving aboard the USS West Virginia when the ship was struck by torpedoes. He was thrown into the harbor's burning water and rescued. But months later, doctors discovered a bullet lodged in the muscle of his heart. At the Mare Island Naval Hospital in California, Dean met a young Navy nurse named Alice Beck. As she prepared him for surgery, the cardiologist told them, "We think we can take it out." Heart surgery was nearly unheard of in 1942. Before being wheeled into the operating room, Dean looked up and said, "If I make it through this, will you go on liberty with me?" She said yes, and he made it through. They went on that date, fell in love, married, and raised 4 children. The bullet that almost ended his life became a symbol of their love and survival, and Alice kept it close for more than 80 years. This fall, at 106 years old, she donated the bullet to the Pearl Harbor National Memorial, saying, "This is the right place for it to be, where youngsters can see it and realize what war is like." Her daughter says Dean used to tell people, "The best thing I ever got out of the Navy was my nurse." And Alice would always reply, "After the surgery, it left a hole in his heart. I was able to fill it with my love." A reminder that even in the darkest moments of war, love can still take root and endure for a lifetime. We've included a link to a video from Pacific Historic Parks, a nonprofit that supports the National Park Service, where you can hear Alice share her story in her own words. 35 years ago, a 9-year-old girl in California survived a tragic car crash that took her sister's life. In the chaos of that night, one stranger stopped and stayed. Her name was Rhonda Ray, a young mom who saw the wreckage on Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton and pulled over. She found Jennifer McLaughlin standing alone in the rain, wet, shivering, and in shock. Rhonda stayed with her until help arrived, rode with her to the hospital, and didn't leave until Jennifer's parents got there. Then, life moved on, and the two never saw each other again. But Jennifer never forgot her. Every time she told her story, Rhonda was always part of it. Years later, Jennifer went on to serve in the military, carrying with her the strength and compassion that night taught her. The discipline of service only deepened her belief in showing up for others, just like Rhonda once showed up for her. Now in her 40s, Jennifer decided it was time to find the woman who comforted her as a child. She posted in a local Facebook group, writing, "This is a long shot, but I'll never forget how kind she was to me." Amazingly, Rhonda's daughter saw the post and replied, "Hi there. I believe you're talking about my mom." That post led to an emotional reunion filled with tears, hugs, and gratitude, 35 years in the making. Jennifer says that single act of kindness shaped who she became, someone who always looks for good and tries to be the helper. A simple moment that proves kindness can outlast tragedy and even change a life forever. At a military hospital in Bogotá, a furry force is helping soldiers heal from war wounds and trauma. These trained emotional support dogs make regular rounds with handlers, stopping at bedsides, sitting for a while, and reminding wounded troops they're not alone. Many of the patients were injured by landmines or drone attacks. For some, The hardest battles are the quiet ones that come later: fear, pain, and long stretches of recovery. The dogs bring a different kind of medicine: calm eyes, a warm head on the knee, a reason to smile. The program launched in 2024 and has grown because the response has been so strong. Patients can now bring their own pets during recovery, and the team also leads wellness sessions for doctors, nurses, and staff. It's simple: human care that lifts the whole hospital. For soldiers like Luis Miguel Lopez, who lost a leg to a mine, the visits cut through the fog. He says the dogs helped pull him out of depression and even stirred good memories of loyal canine partners from his time in combat. Those moments matter. They help people remember who they were before the injury and who they can be after. If you want to learn more about the program, we have it linked in today's show notes. Now for some more good stuff making headlines this week. In Central Florida, a couple is turning compassion into community with a project called Hope Town. A residential and employment community in East Orlando planned across 381 acres and designed for children and adults with disabilities. It'll include homes, therapy centers, restaurants, and job training programs, with many of the jobs staffed by residents themselves. A place built for independence, dignity, and belonging. Want to learn more? We have it linked in today's show notes. In Virginia, Francine the cat is back home where she belongs. The Lowe's store mascot accidentally hitched a ride on a delivery truck to North Carolina, sparking a 2-week search that involved drones, volunteers, and rescue groups. She was finally spotted on camera, safe, hungry, and ready to reclaim her favorite spot in the garden section. Originally from Portugal, a once stray dog named Rico is earning the title of pet detective in the UK. Rescued from a Portuguese shelter just days before euthanasia, Rico has since helped track down more than 20 missing animals, even a runaway capybara. And in England, an American couple and 2 British retirees recently discovered their 4th cousins by complete accident. All 4 showed up at the same Northamptonshire graveyard to visit a shared ancestor's headstone. They grabbed lunch afterwards and vowed to stay in touch. A once-in-a-lifetime family reunion they'll never forget. It's time for Amy's Altitude Check, where we let the goodness really sink in. You might have noticed a common thread running through all 3 of today's top stories. Each one has a connection to the military. From a sailor's survival and love story at Pearl Harbor to a woman whose own years of service were shaped by compassion, to soldiers in Bogotá finding healing through loyal, 4-legged companions. Those stories remind us that courage takes many forms. Sometimes it's found in battle, and sometimes it's found in kindness, endurance, or faith that holds steady through life's hardest moments. As Navy chaplain Brent Scott once said, faith is the anchor that holds a sailor steady, no matter how fierce the storm. And Hebrews 6:19 tells us we have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. Faith doesn't always calm the storm, but it steadies us through it. It reminds us that we're not alone, and that even when the seas get rough, hope still holds. So if the week ahead brings its own rough seas, remember, you don't have to control the storm. Just hold on to the anchor. We've come in for a landing on today's episode of the Feel Good Flyover. Want even more of the good stuff? It's waiting for you in our Feel Good Flyover newsletter, where good news always takes flight. I'll see you with your daily news without the spin tomorrow and Sunday. And if you need to get caught up on today's headlines, don't miss Ayla Brown with your Friday Flyover news. I'm already excited about all the good stories we have coming your way next week. Until then, remember to always look for the good.